Happy Sunday. What's going on, everybody? Survivor Series 2002 watch along. This one's going to be fun. You guys all seemed excited about this as soon as I made the announcement that we're going to do this pay-per-view tonight. And it seems to be many of your favorite pay-per-view. Many of all of you's favorite pay-per-view, that is. First ever Hell in the Cell. Big moment for Shawn and NMSG coming back with the little Dutch boy haircut and the shit brown tights to win the world title. Scott Steiner shows up on this show. Trish and Victoria tear the house down. Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar. All sorts of stuff going on this show from what I remember, and I have not seen it in a long time. So this is the 19-year anniversary, basically, just a few days ago of this event, and it was pretty memorable. And I put on Twitter today, to the best of my knowledge, it's one of Shawn's very, very few good Madison Square Garden moments. He's come up on the losing end in a lot of big matches at WrestleMania 10 against Razor Ramon and Survivor Series 96, the last watch-along we just did, when he lost to Sid. He lost in the main event of WrestleMania 20 to Triple H and Chris Benoit. And, the curtain call wasn't that great of a moment for him either, because even though he won that cage match against Diesel, they got in all sorts of trouble for that. So Shawn, he hasn't really been Mr. Madison Square Garden. And it's pretty funny that his one big moment where he actually does win a world title is just so strange. I have not looked at this Elimination Chamber match or watched it back, I don't think, since the night it happened. It's not one of my favorites. I just didn't like the concept of the Elimination Chamber, period. I just thought it was way too much, way over the top. It's really ridiculous now. At least most of these matches early on can make the case for being pretty good, at first, but it's turned into a toy. But even back then, when Eric Bischoff first announced this concept, I was like, what the fuck? I basically thought it was like WWE's version of War Games, but just with the volume turned up to 10, and I just thought it was way too complex, way too unnecessary. We already had a Hell in the Cell, and I just don't like a match with like a million different rules, that type of thing. So it was just too much for me, but I'm in the minority. Many of you love the Elimination Chamber. I just personally don't. I think I'm the generation, right before you guys that just, this wasn't my cup of tea. It was hard enough for me to kind of accept the Hell in the Cell because at least we'd had that before. We've had versions of a big cage surrounding the perimeter of the ring. WCW done it. They did it in Memphis and some places and stuff. So it was kind of like that idea. Plus War Games in WCW was like all of those things kind of combined to make the Hell in the Cell. So I was okay with that. But now when you start adding pods and timers and shit, it's like it's a fucking Royal Rumble gauntlet match in a spaceship. It was just too much for me. So looking back at this one, though, I think it was pretty good from what I remember. It should be fun to watch it. Back then, the chamber was way less forgiving, and it was just solid as a rock. It wasn't padded the way it is now. Shit didn't light up, and it was much more, I guess, gritty, a little bit more hardcore looking than it is now. So I think I'm going to enjoy this match watching it back for the first time in probably close to 20 years now. And in terms of the rest of the card, I just remember what I remember. I remember Brock and Big Show. I remember Steiner coming in. I remember Trish and Lita. I know there's some good team matches on this show as well. Plus, it's in Madison Square Garden. This was a hot time period. Even though it was 2002, things were still riding the Attitude Era wave. Fans had not completely shut off from wrestling yet. They were still pulling in great numbers. As a matter of fact, I think they had 20,000 in attendance for this show at Survivor Series because they didn't take up half the arena with the stage, so they were able to sell it out by coming through that side entrance like they do. And I think this is going to be a really fun one to watch. So what you want to do, for those of you, I'm going to go say hi to everybody in the chat in a second. You guys know what to do. But if you're new, go to your Peacock. That's where we were watching this. It's going to be on Peacock. So if you are following along somewhere outside the U.S. and you're using the WWE Network, you might not sync up perfectly because there might be some differences there. But if you follow along with the timer above your head, all of us should be able to follow pretty closely along regardless of what platform you're using. But we are going to be using Peacock. So later on, we'll do a countdown from 3. We'll all hit play together. If my stream dies, if your stream dies, if anything happens, the timer above my head never stops moving. So we all just need to sync up to that. And as long as we match up to that, it's going to be fine. So that's the way it works. And we got a lot of great watch-alongs scheduled for December as well, which right before we hit play here, I'll let you guys know what those are. But I do want to say hello to Tatanani, Danny, Lil Justin, Charlie. We Are Pro Wrestling. By the way, We Are Pro Wrestling has put a link. He actually released a review of this show on his channel today, which is a perfect timing for this. He put a link down there about midway through the chat, so please give that a click and give it a listen if you'd like to hear his thoughts on that. Also good to see Divine, Ricks, and Raymond and Big J. I'd shout out myself. I see a comment from me. Charlie, William, Wilbert, Ben, George Morris, thanks for the $5, man. Hey, Greg, how are you doing? Survivor Series 02, 10 out of 10. I'm done watching WWE. I just ordered 4 Cobra Kai shirts off Amazon, and WWE 2K22 delayed. Not a video game player, so that doesn't affect me. Interesting, though. 4, huh? Cobra Kai shirts. About a month left. It's time for Season 4. And you're done watching WWE. I'm kind of getting there. I'm definitely done watching Raw for the rest of the year. But I'm kind of with you on that. Good to see you, George. Nathan is in the house if I didn't get you earlier. And Jet, AJ Daniels, what is up? Zane is here. Trey Williams, Raymond, right on. Good little house in here so far for Survivor Series 2002. We will have no technical difficulties today. I promise you that. We should get through the whole thing without any issues like we did, unlike Survivor Series 1996. And there's going to be a lot of watch-alongs in December. I already have the schedule made. I'm going to start posting links to everything tonight and tomorrow and the next day. I'm pretty much formulating my entire December schedule right now. And the watch-alongs I have planned are Vengeance 2001 coming up on Thursday, December 9th. That's the actual 20th anniversary of the show. Following Sunday after that on December 12th, also the actual anniversary of this show, Armageddon 1999. The following Sunday after that, which I believe is December 19th, we're going to watch Starrcade 1998, where Kevin Nash beat Goldberg and Scott Hall showed up with the cattle prod. And then on December 26th, also a Sunday, watch along of Starrcade 1993. So 2 WWEs, 2 WCWs to round out the classic watch alongs for the month of December. And other than that, we're also going to be doing a Winter is Coming review. The next Sunday, 1 week from tomorrow, I'm going to be up here doing a live reaction of NXT War Games, because I figured I haven't been watching much of NXT, so doing a review would be stupid. We'll just come up and do a watch-along of it. But and since I'm going to do a watch-along of NXT War Games, we're not going to do a watch-along of Dynamite that week, or Dynamite on Winter is Coming. I'm just going to watch that and do a review of it. So I've got an entire December schedule here for you. You guys can be pulling up your Peacock, and I will throw that up here. Here's what we're looking at for the month of December, just in case you're curious as you're getting your Peacock set up. You want to look for Season 16 on Survivor Series 2002. If you don't have a premium service and you have to sit through ads or whatever, just get through all of that and get all of your zeros across the board there, and then we're all going to hit play together. Don't skip the intro. We all watch this just right from the start. The time on the Peacock version is 2 hours, 44 minutes, and 8 seconds. So if you're watching on WWE Network or somewhere else, like I said, that might be off by a minute or so, but for the most part, we should all be able to follow along together. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready to rock and roll on this Survivor Series 2002. I'm getting my stuff all set up here. 12 minutes past the hour, not bad. I usually allow 15 minutes for shit shooting before we hit play, because all of these pay-per-views from back in the day were always 2 hours and 45 minutes. So we can mess around for 15 and have a nice 3-hour even long stream. So that's kind of what we do here on Sundays. Lots and lots of good watch-alongs, reviews, shit like that coming to the channel. And in case you didn't notice on that December schedule there that you're looking at, fuck Raw. I don't have one single Raw review scheduled for this entire month of December. Now, if they throw a good Raw at us, or if they advertise a whole bunch of shit, we might come do it. I know Edge is going to be on the show this Monday. We got Big E and Kevin Owens. It might not be a horrible show, but I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. Their product is garbage. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a break before I get too, out of my mind. But if they stack up a nice Raw around the holiday time, we'll come up here and do a review. But as of right now, I don't plan to come up here on Mondays at all unless I release some sort of a special review or retro review or something like that. So that's what we're doing. Rock and roll. Let's go. Yes, please listen to Divine. Smash that thumbs up button for me if you don't mind. If you're not a subscriber, become one. Hit that little button. I think it's red. Just push it, subscribe. You'll be all good to go. Takes like negative effort to do it. So hook me up and I will be forever grateful. All right, man. Rock and roll. I am ready on Peacock. Hopefully you guys are as well. Now, as you guys know, for those of you who are here every week, I got to do the double mouse thing because I got two computers going here. So timer with one finger and Peacock with the other. There's a joke in there somewhere. All right. Just getting my shit lined up. Have a sip of this delicious Pacifico. And we're ready for some classic wrestling. 19 years ago, this show was. My God. And I remember it like it was yesterday. All right. So we're going to do a countdown from 3. And then we're going to hit play together. Hope you guys are ready to rock. All right, here we go. All right, just want to get lined up. All right, y'all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Beautiful. I'm undefeated. Like I said, do not skip the intro. We're getting this big video package here with Lesnar and all this. I was bummed out at the Brock Big Show match. We talked about him on the Transitional Champions video, about how they were basically putting the belt on Big Show to get Kurt Angle and Brock at Mania. But man, I just didn't like the angle. I'm like, why would Heyman leave Brock? Brock's like a prodigy, you know? He literally was the next big thing. Show had already been around for a while. Just seems like there's more money to be made with Brock, and it wasn't a very good business decision by Paul Heyman. But they wanted Brock to go babyface, so I get it. I get it. So now we've already had the draft by this point. It's Raw and SmackDown shit. HLA, who can forget HLA? This is the match, too, the Elimination Chamber. Didn't Triple H get hurt in this, right? I think he fucked his throat up. Somebody hurt him. Might have been RVD. Yeah, Charlie, I've mentioned the TNA stuff before. I can't really do TNA stuff because where are we going to watch it? You know, we need something that everybody can follow along with, at least for the most part. I know not everybody has Peacock, but if you're a wrestling fan or WWE fan, you've probably got Peacock. So Bound for Glory is tough. You know, where are we going to watch it? Even if we find a platform, it's too shady. You know, it wouldn't work. It would only work if I was able to show it while I watched it. And you can't do that on YouTube. Apparently, you might be able to do that on Twitch. I see a lot of people doing watch-alongs and showing what they're watching. Now, if they allow you to do that on Twitch, maybe I'll hop over there to do some shit. I've been talking about Twitch for like 26 years. I swear, I'm going to get on Twitch. All right, here we go. Survivor Series from the Garden. Video package is over. It's always cool to see wrestling in the Garden. Oh, yeah, as you can see on the poster here, special musical, not performance, but performances by Saliva. That should be fun. I better turn this down because I don't want to get any music recognition here. Bratnick, I agree. If WWE can get its hands on the video library, then we will definitely do plenty of TNA watch-alongs. It'll be fun. What up, Victor? 2 miles of chain for real? JR, are you sure? No, I was not aware of any of WWE paying for Moxley's rehab. That's nice of them. All right, so this must be one of these. I love that they got Howard there, of course. This sounds like it's dubbed Dudley's music or something. Is this what they were? Him and Spike were using at this time? Oh no, it's all right. It's just their late version of it. I forgot they broke. So during this time, Devon would have been Reverend Devon or something, right? Is he on the other side of the team here? I have no idea who's on these teams. So it's Bubba and Spike and Jeff. Wow, that's cool to see Jeff and Bubba, Royal Rumble 2000 in this building in the Garden. One of my favorite tag team matches from the early days of the Hardy Boys was when they faced the Dudleys in the tables match. And Jeff took that dive off the stage where they had that car setting up. That was great stuff, man. Spike, Jeff, and Bubba. It's not dubbed. Yeah, I just thought it was, Victor. It sounded different at first, but I kind of forgot they tweaked up those Dudley themes. Oh, yeah, I remember when WWE had the sets, the apparatus hanging above the ring. It started having like these hooks and curves to it. Got a few empty seats up there in some of the good pockets. Oh, 3-minute warning? Or is it Rico? Oh, it's all three of these fools. God, they are both passed away, aren't they? It's a good look how much he looks like Roman Reigns. Jesus, man. God. I loved Umaga. What was he in this? He was Jamal, right? I loved Jamal. Charlie, Survivor Series 98 would be a good one too, but we're about to be out of the month of November here, so Survivor Series 98 will just have to be a rando, maybe just one random day. But I think the way I want to structure these watch-alongs on Sundays is to do ones that are relevant to whatever month we're in. So next month, it's going to be Royal Rumble heaven, y'all. We'll probably do 3 to 4 Royal Rumble watch-alongs next month. So start nominating shows. That's why next month I did all December stuff, Armageddon, Vengeance, and a couple of Starcades. Wow, Jeff. So I checked out Jeff Hardy on Broken Skull Sessions last night. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. It's pretty good. You feel good for Jeff. Not only should he not have a job, he should be dead. And for him to have both and be doing well and trying his best to make the best of what's left of his life, I think it's pretty cool. Based on the conversations, too, between Steve and Jeff, I mean, Austin was there for a lot of the Hardys' run and stuff, and it doesn't sound like he ever talked to him, really. Like, I don't think they interacted with each other at all. Like, Austin talked to Jeff like he didn't know him very well. Like, he kind of knew him, but, they didn't interact that much. But it was a really good interview. Those Broken Skulls are great. And Austin, man, he just does not look like he ages sometimes. Oh, here we go. Oh, Spike is doing the what's up now? So this is a weird Survivor. Is this an elimination? Help me. I didn't listen to Howard. Oh, there's tie-dye guy in the front row. Met him a couple times. Bubba's like trying to ask other people to get the tables. I'm like, bitch, ain't my job. Do I look like Devon? I thought about Armageddon 2000, Steven, but I've already set December's schedule, and I did a review of Armageddon a year or two ago. It's on my channel. It was really good. So you'll at least get a review of me. It's a primitive review before I sharpened up my camera, but, I'm there talking about it, so check it out. Thank you. This was Elimination Rules. Okay, it better be. It's fucking Survivor Series. Do they have a traditional here? 5-on-5? I didn't look at the Wikipedia or anything. I don't know the card. I only know by memory. I don't even know where Scott Steiner comes back. I just know that he does. I don't even remember what he does. He beats the shit out of somebody, right? I love Scott Steiner, but I could not stand his WWE run. I was resistant to him the minute, even here, when everybody popped so hard. I'm like, I don't really like him, I guess I was in the minority. Even when he was at his most popular Big Papa Pump, I much preferred 1992 Scott Steiner in the Steiner. Oh, my God. Rosie just destroyed the... Oh, he's pissed, too. I mean, really, technically, isn't he the big dog? Oh, Hardy just bounced right off Rosie. Oof, Jesus. You fucked up. That New York crowd is ruthless. Oh, Nowinski. Oh, no shit. So Nowinski is out there running his mouth? Yeah, that sounds about right. It's always somebody like that. Simon Dean or fucking... God, all those heels. Santino Marella out there running their mouth and then get beat up by a legend. Heath Slater. Yeah, I was going to mention that, Steven Scott. I do remember hearing not long ago about Rico not being in good health. I don't recall what's wrong with him, but it didn't sound good at the time. So, wherever he is, we hope he's doing well. Oh! That was great. Man, they're giving this New York crowd some violence early on. Rico Constantine, man, I forgot about this whole run of his. Okay, so they did this elimination match, the 3-team elimination match for the SmackDown belts. Okay, then the Chamber to keep some sort of a survival. Okay. I remember getting a little bit confused around 91. That was when Hogan fought Taker. And I remember when they announced that match, I'm like, wait, what? I was always used to Survivor Series not having shit like that. It was always team stuff, and that was 91 was the year they started getting away from that. Next thing you know, we got matches. Oh, my God, what a bump. Rosie basically split-legged moonsaulted off the ropes like Rob Van Dam. That was awesome. Rosie is a seller. Look at him. I don't think I've really given him enough credit. Oof. Got in the very same ring. Their fucking cousin Yoko is in the main event at WrestleMania 10. That's very cool. Yeah, the Invasion was on this Survivor Series. I was at the Invasion angle year before. 01, I was there. So this is the hallway where Hardy made that dive to Bubba at Royal Rumble. They had that car set up. Or no, maybe that was in the entrance. I think the car was over the entranceway, actually. That Bubba bomb. Bubba is so big, and he looked pretty small doing that to Umanga. What is with the pork sign? It's turned up. I've probably seen it 4 or 5 times on classic WWE pay-per-views. Pork. I miss the days of taking signs because it really at one point became about what is the most random shit you could put on a sign. Oh, Jeff's going up there again, except this time Bubba's not on the receiving end. Wow, this is so funny. This is the same spot he did at the Rumble. Maybe he did do it on the side of the ring at the Rumble. I don't remember. It looks the same. Jeff's like, fuck it. Damn, nice. That was pretty safe. It's probably one of Jeff's easier table bumps. He was talking about all of his bumps in the broken skull. In that WrestleMania 2001 where he basically missed and just landed on his ass. AEW has some random signs. Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, it's not like you don't notice the signs like you do back then. Just nobody seems to bring them and stuff. But yeah, you do see a few at AEW. But that was fun. Like, I put goofy shit on signs. You can see me on Armageddon. I'm not Armageddon. Rico's going for a moonsault. Oh, he's about to fall. Oh, he crouched himself. I don't know if he meant to do that or... Yeah, Unforgiven 99. When the show opens up, you can see me holding up a sign that says, "It burns when I pee." True story. I have pictures to prove it. Damn, Victor, you were this Survivor Series and the Rumble in 2000? That's pretty awesome. Those are 2 shows I would really, especially that Rumble 2000, probably even more than this show. I really liked that Cactus and Triple H match. It's one of my favorite matches of all time. Just in general, like overall. Didn't care so much for the Rumble, but loved that match. Good to see George Napatalanio out there taking pictures. Oh, Jeff. Oh. He almost fell off the railing there, but still got crushed by Jamal. Oh, yeah. Does that count as going through a table? Jeff, you all right? Hey, Luigi DeRaw Gaming. Thank you for the 5. Hey, Dad, I just wanted to say happy holidays and that I just got engaged. Very awesome. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. That is awesome. Yeah, happy holidays to you. Sounds like it's going to be a good one. It's like, man, whenever we can convince a woman to stick with our nasty asses, consider yourself lucky. So, way to go, Luigi. Or I'm assuming you are a fellow man. Good Jesus Christ. God damn. Fucking Umaga, top rope. I don't recall any of this. Top rope splash through a table to the floor on little Jeff Hardy, who weighs a third. How did Jeff even have a career after this? God. They better pay me extra for that. That was awful. That probably just sucked all kinds of suck for Jeff. Fucking Christ, man. O'Brien reviewed the paper. Yeah, it was not a good show. That was the Kennel from Hell. I was live to see the Kennel from Hell. But in a way, it's kind of bittersweet because, to the best of my knowledge, that's the very last ever appearance of the Blue Bar Cage. So I was in attendance to see that. So that kind of feels good because I grew up with the Blue Bar Cage. Rosie. Or no, it's Jamal. Oh! Ah. Okay, so this is a tables elimination match. I have not been paying attention to the rules. No, Jeff didn't lose a few ribs. He lost them? Well, yeah, we can make a couple of women out of them. Isn't that how it works? But breaking them, bruising them, for sure. Looked like it hurt like a motherfucker. So what are we down to? Rico and Bubba? I mean, I didn't look up the results here, but... Oh, no, I'm sorry. The other one's still there, too. Rosie. I was thinking, well, Bubba's going to win this, but maybe not if it's 2-on-1. The Kennel from Hell match was good on paper. Would have helped if they had some paper around the ring to catch the dog shit. Nice belly to belly by Rosie. I am liking what I'm seeing from Rosie. He was selling his nuts off. He did a split-legged moonsault, Rob Van Dam style. This guy's 400 pounds. He did a phenomenal-looking Yoko-like belly-to-belly there on Bubba. I guess at the time that he was on TV, I just wasn't paying attention. Oh, he's back. Reverend. Oh, this had to make the crowd happy. Maybe WWE at this time realized that Reverend Devon was fucking stupid and should have never broke him up to begin with. Yeah, I guess this isn't illegal, right? Well, I think it's safe to say that Bubba should win now. Devon, get the tables. Jim Ross or Jerry Lawler's very confused. I don't remember if the dogs humped. They definitely took a shit. I could hear him barking the whole time. And that's it. Well, they're back together. How sweet is that? That's like a little bonus. I forgot about that. Now, help me out. How is this rectified on TV? Was Devon on SmackDown? So if he decides to be a Dudley again, does like Bischoff say, okay, who brings him to Raw or whatever? The brothers hugging in New York. Dudleys are back together. That's cool. I always liked the short MSG entrance. It was different. And whenever you had a show here, you knew you were going to get that. It wasn't until, I think, WrestleMania 20 that they cut the shit and started doing the fucking stage and everything. But I like the short ramp. SummerSlam 88, SummerSlam 91, WrestleMania 10. Look at Stacy. Best one of all of them, in my opinion. What of testicles? Oh, God. Okay, let's turn this down. I am not listening to Saliva. I refuse. Ugh. This genre and this time period was not for me. Like the Salivas, and there's like a bunch of other ones like Saliva. I'm sure they're like okay. It's just I wish I was that microphone. Yes, let's all admire the Stacy Keebler-ness of Stacy. Quite nice. Oh yeah, that was the World by now. It wasn't WWF New York anymore. Oh, that's cool. So what are they? They're splicing in. Okay, so they're basically doing like a live performance of the song while trying to run a video package at the same time. I don't know if that works. So what sucks is, according to our poster here, there's multiple musical performances. Drowning Pool. That's who I was trying to think of. I'm like, who's the other one that's like Saliva? Drowning Pool. And then I think there's another one that's like them. Limp Bizkit, yeah. WWE loved them some Limp Bizkit. And Drowning Pool. They used Drowning Pool a couple times. POD. Thank you, POD. Evanescence. I kind of liked Evanescence from what I remember. They had a couple hits that I thought was okay. POD I did not like. Rock music's I feel like it's been dead since late 70s, but shit, I mean, it just continues to devolve. But what we have here, I still think might be slightly better than what we have now. I don't know, but ugh. Yeah, but I just wasn't into any of those songs that they were using around this time. Imagine if they had WWE New York today. That would be fucking great. I thought it was a good idea. It was probably expensive as hell. Could you imagine what the rent in Times Square would be? I don't even know how do you sell enough fucking burgers to even come close to paying that? I mean, I live in San Diego, and the building across the street from my restaurant is $35,000 a month for rent. $35,000. I'm like, that is a lot. I don't consider Rage Against the Machine in this genre. I don't dislike Rage Against the Machine, but I didn't listen to much of their music. I think I have a tiny bit more respect for them maybe than some of these other acts, but burgers there were $20, no fries. Well, hey, that's what you're going to have to do. My restaurant charged $75 for turkey on Thanksgiving Day. And motherfuckers came in droves for it. So what's up, Kevin Owens? Oh, you're in NYC. Cool. Well, good. It gives us a chance to chat while this shitty song is playing. Yeah, I was having fun with the hair bands and then transitioning into, kind of the grunge phase. I mean, the 90s, they always said there's like two 90s. You had the early 90s where hair bands were out. Pearl Jam, Nirvana, bands like that started, but then by the time you got to the mid-line 90s, late 90s, Kurt Cobain had passed away. Pearl Jam was kind of going off on making their own, legacy for themselves, and then enter the boy bands, and the next thing you know, it's fucking NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and it's Britney Spears. I'm like, what the fuck happened 5 years ago? I'm smelling like Teen Spirit. Now it's bye, bye, bye. Like, ugh. So, yeah, it was just a strange time. Music is weird, and trends are weird and how they evolve quickly and things change in such a short period of time. Once you get old, it's hard to keep up. So it's y'all's young people's job to keep up with this nonsense. Look at Rob Van Dam. I can do that. I could do it right now. We'd finish the stream in the hospital, but I could do it. Michael Cole, do you have to wear leather and a turtleneck? It's like 2 strikes before the fucking show even starts. Jesus. Y'all, Michael Cole's wearing a turtleneck and a leather jacket. I'll remind you guys of that several times throughout the course of the show here, because that just needs to be pointed out. Jamie Noble and Nydia. So he's the Cruiserweight champion. I'm really surprised that they didn't do an angle where it was found out that Nydia is his cousin. Like, it would have been perfect for the time. They would not have hesitated to do something like that. I think Vince wanted to do some sort of an incest angle with his own damn kids. So if they did something here where they were cousins or something, that would be fucking great. Because cousin fucking happens in the South, trust me. Just look at them. Oh, Billy Kidman and Jamie. Cool. Yeah, this is a match I'd easily watch. Heck yeah, Kidman and Noble, I like them both. They're both awesome. Weird that Kidman... I always thought Billy Kidman was more like marketable and had a better chance of success than someone like Sean Waltman. But he wasn't. I think Waltman had the better career. I mean, Kidman's still around. He's still to this day, I think, is an agent or producer backstage. But WCW tried to give him a crack when he did the Hogan stuff. And he had lots of cruiserweight runs, but I don't know. I don't know what stopped him from going IC or going US title or anything like that, you know? It's not like he had heat or anything. WWE kept him around forever. Look how good he is. Over the Edge 98 will be good, Charlie. We might do that come May of next year. That was a good show. I actually liked it. Yeah, Waltman had the right friends. Good point. Longest reigning champion is Noble. That's pretty interesting. Nope. Never going to do ever December to Dismember. We'll never watch that. Not doing it. December schedule is already set for the watch-alongs, so there ain't any room for any other ones, but we'll be doing lots of them, including a special Thursday night episode, because I was planning on doing one this Sunday or 1 week from today, but I realized that was War Games. So we're going to do a watch-along of War Games, and then the next Thursday we'll do Vengeance 2001. Where'd they announce Kidman from? I didn't even hear. I don't recall where he's from. Pennsylvania sounds right. Maybe that's why WWE kept him around. Maybe when he was a kid, he went to Allentown tapings. I don't know. Yeah, SmackDown was starting to build a better kind of rap than Raw. You're right, because back then Raw had like Triple H and the Reign of Terror was starting, and Evolution was getting on the map. Where on SmackDown you had Ray and Edge and Eddie and Angle and Brock and shit like that. So yeah, I can see that. Charlie, December 8th is your birthday. Happy early birthday. That's a Wednesday. I know that because I just did my schedule, as you can see there. Look, December 8th, Dynamite Watch Along. That's all you, man. We'll have a birthday party for you up in here. Yeah, the SmackDown 6. Heat Wave 98, that would be fun. Well, January 1st, we're going to be live, unless for some reason, I shouldn't be at work that day. There's a pay-per-view, that day one pay-per-view from WWE, so we're going to be reviewing that on the 1st. So you're a New Year's baby. That's awesome. Shooting Star. Nydia. Look at the size of that chamber hanging up there. God. Oh, that was a rough landing. Ouch. Yeah, I remember the Tori Wilson storyline with Dawn Marie. That was ridiculous. Oh, yeah, January 30th. I don't know. What's the date of the week on that? Yeah, look at my calendar. That's way ahead. January 30th. Oh, that's a Sunday. Is that the day of the Rumble? Or is the Rumble a Saturday? I don't know, man. If that's not the Rumble, we'll be up here doing a watch-along. We can make it Barry's Choice. Don't pick anything crazy, though. Pick something good. Yeah, so the Rumble might be a Saturday. Maybe it's the 29th. I can't remember the date on the Rumble. But yeah, if it's no pay-per-view or anything, then we'll do something. Heck yeah, man. I haven't been listening to too much of Taz here during this. A lot of people are with you, Matt Gooley. They really like this Survivor Series. I remember great things about it. Nice. Oh, wow. Jamie Noble. What was Jamie Noble? He was a Jung Dragon, right? In WCW? He wasn't 3 count. He was a dragon. Kidman was a flock. Okay, Rumble is Saturday 29th. Nice. Ooh. Big face buster. Nice crowd. MSG crowd's going along with the ride for this one. By the way, I got Cleveland. As anybody gives a shit. Hopefully nobody's picking Cleveland and Baltimore over this stream, because this stream's going to be way better. Oh, my God. That was a crazy DDT. Nydia's going to stop this shooting star again. Kick her off. I have never been to the Garden for a show. It's a bucket list thing. I can't believe I've never been. You hop on a plane and go. Oh, big shooting star. That's it. He's got him. New champ. So what, Billy beat him in a non-title or something to get this opportunity, and then he won? Is this music what he used in WCW? Kind of. I think it is. Help me, people who know this type of shit that I don't. Oh, he's leaving through the New York City crowd? Okay. Don't get stabbed. Billy's like, I'm just going to go this way. Entrance is right there, but I'll go here. Oh, God, Nydia took a couple bumps. She got nailed there by Jamie, and then Kidman kicked her off the top rope. That was a DDT like no other right there. God, that's up there with the Scotty Too Hottie DDT from Dean Malenko or whatever. It's right up there. Yeah, Kidman was one of the first shooting star guys. Mark Marrow and Kidman were a couple of the first two that I remember. Oh, God, Angle. Benoit, did you see that?
Billy freaking Kidman can win the Cruiserweight title here at Survivor Series, then there's no doubt in my mind that you and I coming back.
Oh, they're a team. That's right. And they would face the next month or the next year at the Royal Rumble.
What? You want to repeat yourself? I don't think I heard you. What? Say it again.
Say it again, Kurt.
Say it again. What'd you say?
It's still weird looking at Benoit.
I see what you're trying to do. I'm not going to fall for you. See, you and I, we're a team. A unit. Amigo.
Oh, okay. So what he just used was his debut song? Okay. I'm starting to forget some of these themes go. I barely remember his WCW theme. I thought it sounded a little bit like it. I mean, that is a hell of a tag team when you think about it. Chris Benoit and Kurt Angle. Jesus. I don't see how they're beatable, really.
I'm not going to shake your hand.
Jesus, Angle, you're such a dick.
Team partners don't shake hands.
Oh, they're going to hug.
Tag team partners got a hug.
I don't think Benoit's a hugger. Benoit's face is pretty funny. God, why couldn't he have just lived and not killed people? Those fucking what chants? They're brand new here. They've only been around for like a year at this point. Oh, yeah, Jericho's in this. Oh, yeah, they're right in front of my face here. Jericho, Hunter, Kane, Booker, and RBD and Shawn.
Who's the prettiest diva of all?
I mean, Victoria, I like you and everything, but let's not be ridiculous.
You think Trish Stratus is prettier?
Yeah, I do. By like a lot. Oh, Victoria is crazy. She's very upset because Trish is prettier. That's all right. Trish is prettier than me, too. I'm not freaking out. God, get it together. Trish is prettier than you, Raymond, and me, and you, Ben. Are you guys freaking out? No. Victoria needs to get her hold of herself. Is that what it's called? FU? What? Who the fuck? Is that like GTV? I don't remember FU. Oh, I'm starting to forget stuff. Hardcore rules. I remember this being pretty good.
Years ago, when Trish and I were fitness models, the WWE was interested in the both of us. But Trish Stratus never let me give it a chance.
I really grew to respect Trish. Wasn't about her at first. Thought that they brought her in kind of to be the counterpart to Tori Wilson in WCW. And I thought it was just WWE of saying, we can go out and get a hot model too. But unlike Tori, Trish turned into a fantastic wrestler. And I think still is my favorite women's wrestler of all time. And I think she is because of the fact that she came in as just a hot chick and became a good wrestler. I was just so impressed with that she was able to pick it up and do it well and create a legacy. I mean, she came back a couple years ago and wrestled that just awesome match against Charlotte. Just usually women like her who are brought in can't work, and she could work. Even if not at first, she learned to work and worked really good. This is good stuff between the two. They're just beating the shit out of each other on TV every week. I liked Victoria, too. She was awesome. All right, here we go. This has got to be dubbed over, right? Because I know Victoria was using some sort of song that was on the charts at the time. This doesn't sound like it, but maybe she wasn't using it yet. I don't remember, but she looks good, though. She looks awesome. Look how good Victoria looks. I don't know. I think most people, AJ, do appreciate Victoria's talents. I think maybe WWE-wise, maybe she was underrated. Like, I think she could have had a few more titles, or even maybe had like a good long title run as a heel where she was beating everybody and then finally like Trish beats her or something, you know? So, yeah, I kind of think WWE could have given her more, but I think for the most part, fans like us, we know what she's capable of. We know she's awesome, and she was awesome. I saw her in the Bahamas on the Jericho cruise. She was like just hanging out on the street. Looking a little on the rough side, ain't gonna lie, but she was there talking to people. All right, here we go. We got the choking going on already. Like, this is a match that I would think would definitely benefit Victoria. Seems like at the time she'd be the more gnarly of the two in terms of being able to get a little filthy. She's got a broom. I'd start with something better than a broom. What are you going to do with that? Victoria Omega? Wow. Nice. It's all legal. Yeah, imagine if you could take a prime. Victor's right. Imagine if you could take a prime Trish, Victoria, Lita, and Mickey and throw them in with the current crop. It would be pretty awesome. I think all of them are better in the ring than Becky, to be honest. Maybe not all of them are better than Charlotte. Maybe some of them are. Not all of them are. Lita's not. I don't recall that. Was this the first hardcore match with the girls, right? Because, I mean, they were trash canning each other's faces, and good bump by Trish. I like how they have the shit bungeed to the turnbuckles. This brand split had all these different announce tables there. It's pretty funny. Wow. Big leg drop. Flipping leg drop from Victoria. Molly better than Charlotte? Different styles, but yeah. Molly, I don't know, kind of gives me like a female Dean Malenko vibe or something. She's shorter, a little more grounded, although she go to top rope every now and then. She reminds me of Malenko a lot. No, watch your head, Trish. Oh, no, she's going to slingshot her up. That's a good spot. Actually looked pretty good. Victoria got her hands up, but still was a... Oh, she kicked it off. That didn't... I don't know if that really hurt, but... See, Trish is just... She's not messing around. She ain't... You look at somebody like Trish, and then you think about that worthless moron, Sable, who was there a couple of years before, and was about to be coming back. Oh, a ironing board. Okay. And like how Sable never tried. So weak, so pathetic, so frail, so unwilling to do anything. Trish just went balls deep and went all in on everything. Look at this hardcore match. You think Sable would do this? These girls are bumping into ironing boards and Trish is just super aggressive, and I'm super in love with it. I mean, Trish was pretty and she was hot and everything, but she had a fiery side to her, you know? That's why I think she was set apart for Tori, because Tori was just all looks. Tori is about as perfect as you get, you know, and there's not much else you can really do with someone. Oof, God, oh my God, with someone that insanely perfect. But she didn't know how to wrestle in the ring. Even when she trained a little bit and tried, Victoria's bloodied up. She just never picked it up really, where Trish was just, look at her here. Oh. These trash can lids are, man, what a bump over the top rope. See, all I remembered of this match is that it was good. I didn't realize it was fucking match of the year over here. Jesus, man. Trish, I heard you calling that spot. God, I hate Jerry Lawler. Like, how can you just do the same thing for 30 years? Like, my God. Oh, they got a mirror in here now. Maybe Trish Stratus should wear a baseball hat before she gets hit with that frame. Anybody who understands that reference will know. I think Trish broke the mirror when she stepped on it. Nice chick kick. Little Nate is the perfect referee for this match, because he's a spaz already as it is. Kendo sticks. Oh, we're going to bake some cookies now. Trish has got a cookie sheet or baking sheet out. Oh, that's a shitty-looking bulldog. It's all right. They're allowed a botch. It's all right. Shake it off, girls. Oof. You got some of that glass laying in the ring there. Y'all better be careful. Glass is a bitch. I got a little shard of glass in my index finger once for like 2.5 years. And finally, it worked its way out. And it was right on the part of your finger where you push down to write, like with a pencil. So every time I held, fire extinguisher, like a pencil like this, I could feel it poking me. And it was like 2.5 years it stayed in there. And finally, my body was like, what the fuck is this? Get out of here. And it just came through the skin one day. The craziest thing. Oh, she beat her? Fuck. I thought Trish won this match. Well, damn. That I don't remember. I legitimately thought Trish won this match. Well, shit, I missed the finish. I need to see a replay because I was talking about my finger. I mean, just based on the way Trish was fighting, I was just thinking that they would put her over here, but this match benefits the more hardcore chick, which is Victoria. That was the right call to make. I'm glad they put her over. I don't know why I forgot that. So I didn't even catch what she used to beat her. The fire extinguisher spot. Okay, we know that. They just hit her with a finish? Oh, yeah. I'm surprised the snap suplex ended that, but it was still an awesome match. Yeah, 2 title changes back-to-back right there. That's true. I mean, we still got a ways until this match starts. Are these guys really in their gear bouncing around the boiler rooms? I'd get myself all amped up about an hour before the match, not hours before the match. Must we play Saliva every time you come back from a match? I've never been to the Garden. Why are all the seats blue? Are they cushiony? That's kind of nice. Oh, Bischoff. Ugh. Oh, yeah, maybe, Barry. You might be right about that. Was the mirror intended to be part of the finish? I bet it was. Oh, Bischoff, I'm never going to forgive you for this Elimination Chamber shit. Oh, hi, Giant.
Hi, stranger. You know,
Another thing that was funny about Big Show was he could never seem to really figure his look out. Do you ever notice, like, he just changed a lot? Like, never found gear that really suit him, because once he did the singlet strap thing in WCW to be like Andre, it's like they didn't want to do the same thing in WWE, but what else does a guy like that really wear? And he just changed up his trunks a lot. Sometimes they had no shorts on them. They were just around his ass. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes they're one strap, sometimes two, sometimes no straps. Sometimes jeans like he's wearing now for some reason. Then he had that blue shit he wore with Jericho.
and be honest with yourself, please, Brock. Be honest with yourself. Nothing has been the same since Hell in a Cell.
Look at Heyman.
And now you stand here tonight. You have to defend your title against a 7-foot-tall giant, and you have a broken rib. You spent the better part of the past 2 weeks coughing up blood.
Jesus, Heyman.
So yes, Brock, I am
Don't
nervous.
forget to cup his balls.
Now's the time to put that all behind us. Because tonight we're in Madison Square Garden in New York City. My hometown. And I promise you, Brock Lesnar, I will do everything in my power to
Because not only did Show wear Andre gear, he also wore Bundy gear. Look at young Paul Heyman with the ponytail. God, look how young Brock looks. Michael Cole, I had forgotten about your turtleneck and leather jacket, and now I'm reminded of it. Son of a bitch. This is it. Okay, we're going to get Lesnar and what's his face now? You guys need just to look at RVD for a second. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Sorry. There, I'm back. Push the wrong button. That was the previous month. Hell in a Cell with Taker. See, look at what Show's wearing here. Bundy gear. That's his Bundy gear. Bundy wore the same thing. No spoilers. Oh, yeah. We had to look at another RVD. I forgot. WWF fan, it's called Alaskan Thunderfuck. Like, legit, that's what it's called. It's top shelf shit. Damn near whipped my ass just then. And that was another thing, part of the storyline I didn't like, is that they were doing this, you know you can't beat me. What are you talking about? Big Show's been beaten by everybody at this point. You can't beat the Big Show. Like, sure he can. You would think after Brock beat Taker in the cell the way he did, that Heyman would latch himself to Brock and never leave, but he turns on him the next month? Like, I understand they're making Brock babyface, but they should have had a more logical reason for Heyman to dump him. Felt like they rushed it. Jesus. You've heard of it? Yeah. I saw it on the website when I was making my order, and I was like, how can I not try that? It said ATF on the on the container when it came in. Oh, it was raining. November rain in MSG. Cold November rain in New York. Look at that. Well, I like Paul White, but I never liked any of the gear he wore. Didn't like his music. Didn't like his name. There's so much about him I didn't like, even though I liked him. And that's a very rare thing to find, you know? When he was the Giant in WCW, even though I thought the Giant was a lazy gimmick for him, I was mesmerized by his size and what he could do and stuff. I was jealous that WCW had him and WWF didn't. But by the time that run was over and he was here and WWE kind of tripped up their booking of him a little bit, and some of what they did didn't make sense, and the name was just ridiculous. Thanks for the $5, WWE fan. Well, they didn't really build Brock just for him to lose the show. I mean, Brock had already been on a tear at this point, and what they wanted to do was go Brock and Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. And they knew basically what they're doing is a reverse build, because they know they have a huge star here in Brock Lesnar. They want to give him the winning the title at WrestleMania moment in the main event. But you can't do that if he's already champion. So you got to get the belt off of him somehow. So they tried to book it in a way where he remained strong. Manager turned on him, got screwed out of the title, won the Royal Rumble, found his way back to it, and won it at WrestleMania 19. I don't really have any problem with how they did this. It's just Big Show wouldn't have been my first choice. But I think they just wanted somebody big and large. They didn't want Brock to lose to somebody smaller than him, you know? And everybody was waiting for that Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar eventual showdown, which we knew we would get. So I'm cool with it. And here we go. I just wasn't a huge fan of the Big Show. That's why I didn't like his title win, you know? But hindsight, it all made sense. It's just, wow, let's go Lesnar. Survivor Series. God, what are we on here? This is 2002? 2000. The title changed hands at the Survivor Series a lot of years in a row. Changed at 91, changed at 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. I think Kurt retained in 2000, nothing in 01, and then here it changed hands again. Who did that? The Rock? Oh, Spear. Oh, wow, look at Brock go. We got Mickey Chioda as the ref here. I just love that Big Show's wearing fucking Levi's. Oof. Thanks for that $2, Deshaun. That's right. It never does get old. Well, it's the Big Slow. Ugh. I mean, he wasn't that slow. There's been slower. His fictional daddy, for one. Near the end of his days, wasn't exactly fucking Leo Rush out there. Ooh, he tried to belly to back him. It didn't look very good, though. Thanks for 2 more, Deshaun. Yep, death, taxes, and Taz. Here comes the pain. Kind of would like to hear him say that one more time. Maybe they can strike a deal with AEW. Can we bring Taz in for one night just to say it? Big German to Brock, or to Show. For those just tuning in, we're at the hour mark exactly, watching Big Show and Brock for the title. Brock going for the F5. Oh, big ref bump. All right, so this is where shit must go down. Because I know this wasn't a long match. Well, now he successfully did that belly to belly. Look how young and pre-sword tattoo. Heyman's tossing in chairs. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't keep Mike around. Maybe he was just there for a short time in AEW. I don't know. I kind of forgot he went there. Oh. Wow. God, had he done that yet on TV? Because that's pretty damn impressive. Look at Heyman's face. Oh, that's right. I was like, how does Heyman turn on him? I forgot he pulls the ref out. Heyman's like, what? Or Brock's like, what the fuck is going on? Uh-oh. It was at this moment that, like, why did, like, I just still think they should have tried to do this turn a little differently because, yeah, it was shocking, but why? No, now Heyman's shitting his pants. Ooh, and then he got caught in the ribs, those bad ribs. Oh, he's going to choke slam him on the chair and beat him. Is that the finish? Right as the original ref comes to. Oh, and Heyman throws in the referee. And there it is. Paul Heyman has screwed Brock Lesnar. And he won it again at Survivor Series. That's twice now for Big Show. 3 years apart. That dastardly Heyman. You son of a bitch. I like how Heyman's wearing his, like, media pass. Or his backstage pass around on his neck. Fucking Wayne's World. There's Big Show, one of my least favorite champions, holding up one of my least favorite title belts. Ugh, memories. Not like this. Heyman's reaction makes me think that's the first time they did the F5 on TV. You just knew Brock was just so money. God. I remember it being short, Steven. I remember watching this night saying, damn, that was a short match. But guys like this, you don't need them in there 20 minutes, man. Be falling asleep. Give them 9 minutes max and get the fuck out. I don't know how long this match was, but it feels like it needs to be in the 9 range at the most for something like that. And they're out of here. What is with the turtlenecks are in at this time. I even had a couple. Look at the guy behind Michael Cole wearing the same turtleneck he is. And the guy behind him is wearing a turtleneck. Shit was everywhere. I had 2. I ain't gonna lie, but I looked way hotter than Michael Cole, and I didn't have frosted tips and a leather jacket. And he'd hold it, what, a month? I want to say it's the next pay-per-view, right? Angle wins the title because he's got to face Benoit at the Royal Rumble. So I think he beats Big Show at Armageddon. Then Brock wins the Rumble, and boom, you got your Angle-Brock clash at Mania. Ooh, this will be fun. Benoit and Angle and the Guerreros and Edge and Ray. Damn. That's like 5 of the SmackDown 6 right there, isn't it? Holy shit. That's like an orgy of Hall of Fame talent right there. Jesus Christ. Chavo was also there. Wrestlers should be tougher. Oh, I forgot they're champs. Ooh, who got taken out? Stephanie? Oh, no. Oh, now she's going to slap him. Stephanie was okay at this time period. I loved her when she was the whiny princess with Triple H. And this was okay. She hadn't lost me yet. I was still thinking she was all right. It wasn't until like the later years, corporate Stephanie showed up, that I was starting to have a bit of enough of her. Brock helped Angle at Armageddon. Cool. That's right, because the whole thing started babyface and babyface. No, Angle was a heel. He remained heel through that whole thing, but I just remember, I know there's one segment where they're both kind of sitting backstage, lounging back, like shooting the shit or something. I thought maybe they were both babyfaces. Maybe that might have been later on. I don't recall. Yeah, during the UPN years, I didn't have UPN, so I missed like a year or so of SmackDown. I would still watch the pay-per-views, and it was easy to catch up even back then before you had YouTube and stuff. It was still relatively easy to kind of catch up on the shows, but I didn't get to see them until I got a satellite dish once, and I can get everything. Divine Ricks, thanks, man. Thanks for the $5. Where'd you go? Within 3 months, Brock defeated 3 of the biggest names in the company, Hogan, Rock, and Taker, all clean. That's right. He wiped Hogan's blood off on him. Then he went into SummerSlam to beat The Rock for the title and beat The Undertaker in his own damn match. Completely clean. They were smashing him over. But he deserved it. I'd put him over hard, too. I can't wait to watch this. Chavo, stay out of the way. Let everybody do what they got to do. I'm kidding. I do like Chavo. What's up, Kendrick? Day has been great. It's Sunday. It's a day off. It's a long week, though. It was just a long week of working, and I was very busy even through the holidays and stuff. So very happy to be chilling today. I even got to go into work a little bit in the morning, but then I'll start having some easier days ahead. But it's been a busy week, but a good one. Hope you guys all had a great... Oh, no! Dawn Marie and Al... I almost said Al Snow. Al Wilson. Engaged to be married. God. Al Wilson and Dawn Marie. Imagine being engaged to that person. How lucky Dawn Marie must be to be with him. God. I don't even think she's really worthy of him, to be honest, but I'm glad that he can look past the physical and accept her inner beauty. Chavo and Eddie, look how good they look. They look like they're stealing or cheating or something. That's my favorite line in the song. It's like, it says something like, "I'm not afraid of you because I'm Latin." Okay. Just so random. I remember the first time I heard it, I just laughed, and every time I hear that bar, is that what it's called? I laugh because it's hilarious. Rock Bottom's not that awful. We're reviewing that later this month. It's better than D-Generation X the previous year, I'll tell you that. Chris Benoit. I know. It seems like we were just on holiday season from last year. Seems like just yesterday I was sitting right here opening those WCW cards. Remember we were doing that? It really seems like that was a recent video. Time is flying, man. God, this is like peak Kurt Angle. Although he was about to get hurt here and be out for a bit after Mania, but he was so good. I'm slowly munching on these Stoner Patch Dummies blueberry. I don't really like blueberry, but I'm choking them down. Oh, we get the Rob Zombie edge. I like this. How good Edge looked here. This is before he would get hurt, too. He'd get hurt, what, maybe early 03? I don't think he was at Mania. So he'd be getting injured soon here, and he wouldn't return until after WrestleMania 20. Here's another unpopular opinion that I have that probably nobody else does. Didn't like any of Ray's theme musics. Didn't like this one. Don't like Booyaka. Just didn't like any of his music in WWE. I guess I was just expecting music that I would like better. Maybe it's not that his music was bad. It's just I was surprised. It just took me a while to... It fit him in the end, but... God, look how good of shape he's in. But... I just never liked his music in WWE. Like, if somebody was jumping out the sky, I really wouldn't care who it is. I would just be, like, freaking out that somebody's jumping out the sky. I'm like, it's raining people, y'all. I'm not really interested in his name. I'm going to be taking cover for fallen motherfuckers from the ceiling, or from the sky. I don't hate music. I love music. I hate whatever this is called. Oh, wow. Edge was already kind of banged up, huh? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know if it was one specific thing. That's right. So it was something he just recognized and was deteriorating and then realized he needed some work done. I'm glad he got it worked on, though. Especially when you're starting to deal with tingly and numbness stuff. It's kind of similar, I think. I don't know what Paul Orndorff had, but Paul Orndorff's like I think it was left arm just completely atrophied into a spaghetti noodle. But on the other side of his body, he's still like really big. And I think it was something with nerve or muscle or neck problems or something. So that's a big factor when you're a wrestler or football player. God, look at this, Benoit and Ray. Jesus Christ, give me some of that. I'm going to be happy with every single pairing we get here. No matter which two guys are in the ring, I'm going to be like, all right, this is okay. Everybody was so crisp, so in their prime physically at this point, especially Ray and Benoit. And Eddie. And Angle. And Edge. Surprised I don't know this. I'm trying to recall. I don't think Ray and Benoit had any WCW showdowns. They might have. But I don't think they did. Yeah, Ray still looks good, man. To this day. I've never seen him around. I've been to San Diego a long time now, and I have not ever seen Ray. My girlfriend has seen his wife around. But I have not seen Ray or Nia Jax, or I've ran into the Bellas, both of them, twice. Never ran into Daniel Bryan either when he was here, but I don't think they're here anymore. I know, Toxic Banana. I was saying that when they ran the graphic for this match, I'm like, look at this talent. Fucking orgy. all of this talent in there with Chavo. My God. What did Angle do? He tagged Chavo. He kind of just planked. That's great. That's great. If anybody has not hit that thumbs up button for me, do me a favor and mash it. I'd appreciate it. Nice, Mike Elridge. Been hearing that from a lot of people. Everybody really likes this particular Survivor Series. We've got some good ones coming up in December, and then January, it's going to be a Rumble party up in here. We're going to be doing lots of Royal Rumbles. I always noticed in WC around this time, look at Chavo's tights and Jericho's tights and Benoit's tights, and to a degree, Eddie's tights. They all kind of had similar shit on the side. Always some sort of like flamey looking things. Even Edge, look at Edge, same thing. This tag team division is fucking crazy. I was never really a fan, and I'm still not a fan, of when guys are slapped together to make a team. You know, unless it just rarely works, like the Bar worked or something. But, you know, I didn't, you knew even back then that you can't have Benoit and Angle be a team for a long time. It's just going to be a temporary story because they're too good individually to tie up in tag teams and shit. Same thing with Ray and Edge. So while this match is just loaded with talent, the Guerreros are the only fucking team in this thing, in my mind. I mean, Edge has had 45 different tag team partners. Ooh, Ray hit his head. Ouch. I mean, Benoit would hold the title with multiple partners too, right? Ooh, big post shot to Angle. Oh. Yeah, that's, I mean, I didn't give Chavo any shit for his, you know, maybe shitty take on the Seth Rollins situation. Just because, number one, it's like, it's okay. Even if it's something you don't agree with, it doesn't mean you have to just block Chavo and just, he's a piece of shit now. So he just feels a way that you don't. Big deal. You know, in the end, Chavo has got to be an extremely strong person to deal with those deaths individually, especially Eddie. He was, you know, Eddie died in his arms. Eddie, you know, Chavo heard his last words, his last gurgles, you know, and that's got to be tough just to carry around with you, that experience, you know, and then dealing with the Benoit stuff as well. You know, and being right in the center of all that and all that tragedy and keeping his mental faculties together and still out there working and doing things in the business, working on the Young Rock show, appearing in AEW. And he's not, you know, let those experiences get him down or drown himself in a bottle or look to drugs or, you know, suffer from depression. He seems like he's okay, and that's fucking awesome. It takes a very strong person to be able to withstand all that. So, you know, in the end, I got to respect Chavo. I'm like, yeah, he tweeted something I don't agree with. Who cares? You know, it's so all or nothing with so many people, you know? Look at somebody's track record. Do they have a history of being a douche? No. Then if they tweeted a douchey thing, maybe let it go. And if everybody kind of had that philosophy, then maybe Twitter would be a little bit easier of a place to deal with. Now, if you're a complete fucking asshole, racist, cousin fucking piece of shit or something, then yeah, fuck you, you know, all the way to hell. But I've said plenty of things that people do not agree with. And that's always going to be the case with everybody. I don't recall really a lot of these tag team matches at the time on SmackDown, but I'm sure there was some doozies building to all this. Oh, did he? I might have heard that and forgot. I didn't know Chavo also worked on Glow. That's cool. Chavo's got a lot to offer. I met him. I ran into him. I want to say it was in Greensboro at a Waffle House, and it was right after the, I don't even remember what year at this point. I'd probably say it was maybe 03 or 02. And whenever they were doing the Tough Enough, I remember the internet was reporting that he was going to be used on Tough Enough as a talent scout or something like that. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I was like, that their companies, because Tough Enough was new back then, and I'm like, that shows me that the company appreciates the Guerrero name and, you know, and Chavo's professionalism and ability and maybe what he can teach youngsters. And he was sitting there all by himself, like eating some eggs, and didn't bother him. Was just like, hey, Chavo, what's up? And I was like, congrats on the Tough Enough stuff. And he looked at me kind of surprised, like, thanks, man. Like, he was surprised I knew that. But I'm like, it's on the internet. Like, we all know it. But he thanked me, and I maybe took 11 seconds of his time. That was it. But just super nice. And he's like, thanks for stopping by, man. Take care. Enjoy the show, or whatever he said. Just cool. If not for Waffle House, I wouldn't have met 75% of the wrestlers that I met. Benoit's like, come on, asshole. So something tells me, since Angle's going to be winning the title next month, that they do not retain here. Wait, who's the champs? Benoit and Angle? Who's the fucking champs in this? I don't even know. It might be Ray and Edge, actually. Carlito worked on Glow. That's cool. Sorry, I'm dropping candy on the floor. I don't want that to stick in the carpet. Where is it? Oh, there. Earthquake. Wow. Ray landed on his feet on a belly-to-belly. Jesus. And a heel kick, a good one. Heel kicks are hard to make look good. Owen had a good one. But otherwise, it mostly just looks like you hit him with the back of your thigh. Or with your thigh. The Guerreros are like, no, F you, dude. There, Benoit's in. Ooh. Edge and Benoit. Nice tangled up there. Look how fast everybody is. You know what's crazy is 2 of the guys in this match are appearing on Raw this Monday. How nuts is that? This was 19 years ago. Spear time to who? He's going to miss. Oh, that's nice. Drop toe hold, crossface, ankle lock combo on Edge. You are fucked, son. Somebody's going to have to save you. Maybe Jesus. Oh, here comes Ray takes out Angle. Drop kick to Benoit. This match is all over the place. Here comes Ray. Oh, big spin. Oh, he's done that move a few times. I forgot about blind Nydia. That's hilarious. Where's Latino Heat going? Wow. Look at that, Benoit and Eddie. In about a year and a few months, boys, you'd be embracing right there in that very ring. You're going to love it. Oh, wow. Eddie clipped his face on the apron. German to Benoit. German by Benoit to Edge. Wow. Eddie with the frog splash. Oh no, headbutt. Wow. Frog splash to Edge, followed by a headbutt from Benoit. Angle slam to Eddie. It's tough to even call this. Benoit's got the crossface now on Edge. Ankle lock on to Guerrero. Hebner's having none of it. Oh, Chavo's got the belt. Oh, yeah. That probably didn't hurt so bad. Look at Chavo. Oh, he threw the belt to him. Oh, no. Benoit thinks Angle hit him. Benoit's got a lot of meat on his back. That didn't hurt that bad. Oh. Looked like they legit butted heads there. That was awesome. Mysterio took both of them out. There's Chavo, way down there. Oh, I think Edge is going to get the pin here. Ooh, spear to Benoit. Is that it? It is. Oh, it's elimination. Shit, I thought it's not the end. All right, so Angle and Benoit are gone. Like, can you get DQ'd in something like this? I guess you can. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you guys are fighting. You guys lost. You need to get out of there. Benoit's like, I'm not done. Let's fuck Chavo up while we're here. Jesus, what? I think these guys are kind of lost or something. Yeah, it felt a little clunky. So they're just arguing. They'll be having a title match. This is awesome. They're already setting up for Angle to win the title here. Here's his opponent right here. That match they had at the Rumble is one of my favorites. Eddie, you sneaky Eddie. So I know, I'm surprised they didn't mention coexisting the whole time. Know what's infuriating is WWE makes fun of their own laziness by now tweeting that coexisting shit all the time to try to be funny. I'm like, so you guys know you suck, and you still do nothing. If anything, you just troll everybody. Hey, look, we still suck. Only Angle and Benoit had matching gear. I didn't even notice. Well, I guess Benoit was red. Kurt Angle was red, white, and blue. Eddie and Chavo kind of have similar tights, but not really. But like I said, they're kind of the only real team here. I have not seen Three Amigos yet from Eddie, I don't think. But it might have happened. Nick Mustard's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Tag rope on Edge. They had tag ropes back then? Look at that. I did not think the tag ropes were around at that time. Maybe it was just there for the purposes of this match, probably. Yeah, Nick, I had a good one. Had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you did too. I worked, but had a good one anyway. I volunteered to work. I didn't have a ton of family here this year, so I just worked. Figured I'd be around more. I'd be hanging around more of them around the Christmas holiday. Yeah, I agree with you. He is definitely a legend. I'm glad that Kerwin changed his name to Chavo and pretended to be a Guerrero, because that was clearly the better, the better career choice if he could pretend to be like the fictional cousin or uncle of or nephew of Eddie Guerrero. You know, so Kerwin made a smart move there, doing that, going that direction. You know, dyeing his hair black. You know, so people couldn't see how just white he looked and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty smart. Oof. Oh, yeah, Benjamin and Haas, were they not there yet, huh? I don't even recall when they were around. I guess they weren't here yet. They'd be here soon, though. They'd definitely be around by the time you got to WrestleMania, so... What, would Angle go heel and then introduce them as his backup or something? I don't remember how they got brought in. I remember they were good, though. I used to watch the Haas brothers. Charlie Haas and Russ Haas would work dark matches when I would go to the shows back in the day, and Russ passed away. That was very sad. Don't bring up Kerwin White. I have to. He's in the match. It's not my fault he changed his name to Chavo. Just trying to be real here. Ooh, big Rana to Eddie. Here comes Latino Heat. Not sure if these guys know what they're doing here. Come on. Oh, God, everything is sloppy as fuck here. Come on, guys. Jesus Christ. Communicate. There you go. Let's get a 619 here. Regroup. All going too fast. All of you. You see him go West Coast pop. Nope. Chavo's going to take him out. Oh, Chavo in that belt. Oh, Chavo taken out. Oh, wow. What is Eddie going to do? Damn. It's a half sharpshooter, half cloverleaf. And Mysterio taps. And that's it. Guerreros, new champions. I mean, they worked. I mean, I think Kerwin pulls off a Guerrero. I think he looks good as one, even though, good for them. Los Guerreros, loved that team. Okay, Heyman brought him in, huh? Oh, yeah, it's probably time, isn't it? How long is this match? Oh, we got to have the Steiner shit, don't we? We probably have to see that first. Otherwise, this sounds like it's going to be a pretty fucking long match. An hour and 10 minutes till the show's over. Here comes Nowitzki. While this moron's making his entrance, I'm going to go grab a quick Pacifico. Be right back. We're back. Post Katie Vick Kane. That's right. I forgot. That was a couple months before this, wasn't it? I remember he was such a douchebag on Tough Enough. I watched like the first season. I never watched another one. But I was like, fuck this guy. I was more of a Josh Matthews guy, but although I didn't grow to love him much either. Real intelligence. Okay. Book learning. Did we know he went to Harvard? Oh, no. Is that what the big H is on his jacket? They're saying shut the fuck up. Did we? I don't remember if we knew Steiner was coming in or not. I actually don't remember.
Well, it is number one.
I think I knew he was talking to them, but oh, Matt Hardy. I missed this version of Matt. I want to see if there's any Matt facts on here. I always love reading those. Matt keeps the room temperature at a toasty 75 degrees. That's good. Matt often enjoys lobster. I just always loved his Matt facts. Show me another one. Matt only drinks low-fat chocolate milk. Look at this pixely shit. That's the way like streaming video was back then. That's what it looked like. Mattitude. It's Mattitude.
Who in the hell do you think you are? Matt Hardy, version 1, has come here to tell you that New Yorkers are not stupid.
Matt Hardy, you're from North Carolina.
They would be classified as losers.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I was about to say. Losers. Yeah.
I mean, there's a huge.
Well, when he's right, he's right.
You see, I expected to come out here and see this,
I didn't know there's a Ruthless Aggression series. What, on Peacock? What the hell's wrong with me? I'll start watching it.
but that wasn't the case.
Maybe tonight. There's a new Curb on tonight, so I'll be watching that. But I want to check that out. I didn't even know about it.
Are sucking the magnitude out of me.
Oh, we're sucking the Mattitude out of him.
I mean, right now,
Hopefully that's all they're sucking out of him.
choking worse than the Knicks.
Oh, the Knicks in 02, were they any good? I don't remember. Was those the Spreewell days?
And it's unfortunate because I used to think that New York was cool, but in a very sad twist of fate, New York is like every other city, and it is full of losers.
They posted what? The Ruthless Aggression series? Well, that's awesome.
Matt, these people are not losers. They're just too stupid to know any better. No, Chris.
Nobody's chanting for Steiner, so
Are you looking at the same people I'm looking
this is way pre-Broken Matt. We're 15 years away from Broken Matt.
Well, what's it gonna be, New York? Are you losers?
Damn, Nick, that is awesome. I had no idea. So there's 2 episodes already? Probably more? Nice. Gives us something to watch.
This debate has to end. Look, Chris. Yes, please. Let's compromise. These people are losers.
Oh, maybe I have seen the Ruthless Aggression series then. Maybe I thought it was something new.
New York
Lupid.
are losers.
What the fuck is Lupid, yo? Losers and stupid. Lupid.
Who says a Raw and a SmackDown talent can't get along?
Oh, there's... You got a good pop. I just wasn't a huge fan. People loved Papa Pump. I just thought the whole fucking thing was stupid. Except for that TNA promo was pretty badass. I mean, everything else, though. Like, big bad booty daddy. Like, what the fuck? I just thought it was insanely stupid. Even for Attitude Era. Even for wrestling, which is supposed to be ludicrous. It was too ludicrous for me. He's just so fucking weird. And he couldn't work by this point. God, those matches he were having were shit. He was very stiff, no mobility. You look at somebody like Brock who just floats around the ring, and Scotty by this point was so far gone from what he was when he was in his athletic days. But he probably arguably made the most money here, you know, when he was a character, when he was just a good wrestler. He wasn't a character. This was a whole, when he turned on Robbie and he joined the NWO and he dyed his hair and he started wearing the shit and cutting the promo and putting God knows what in his body to make his muscles do that. It got different. Yeah, Cena was starting to bubble too around this time. Not really. He was just getting that going. All right, he's in a belly-to-belly bunch of guys. I even remember when he was still in the Steiner brothers, I'd say around 96, 97, I was like, man, he is getting so big. He wasn't moving the same and stuff. But they like him, man. Everybody likes him. Yes, Steiner's one of those guys where the more nonsensical the promo, the more we like it. Wow, he's still got some power on him, though. He just dumped Matt right on top of Chris. In a lot of, I would never compare him to Savage because I think Savage is a 50 times better promo than Scott Steiner, but the nuttiness of it was kind of similar in terms of how it didn't have to make any sense. Oh, he's going to talk too. Good. Remember they would do this shit with Triple H and it was like push-up contest and everything. I think it was WWE wanting just to stick it to another, WCW guy. And I think it felt like it was an ego thing for Triple H. Like, he had to pose with him. And, and at that time, I thought Triple H was the better wrestler than Scott Steiner. And when they had that Rumble match or whatever it was, like, that's what I'm talking about. What is in his arm? And JR goes, that is perverse. It's very perverse. Cold, damp night in the city. Know who I watch on YouTube? Just randomly, sometimes watch his videos. Cash Jordan. He's like a real estate guy that just goes around New York City, touring and showing apartments for rent and what they cost, give you an idea of the cost of living there and all different kinds of. It's just an interesting channel because I like learn about other cities and shit like that. And it's a crazy place. I couldn't imagine living right in the thick of it. If I was younger, maybe, but here they're lowering that thing. I mean, how heavy is that shit? 10 tons. Shawn Michaels. Look at Shawn's little stable boy fucking haircut. Just cracks me up. Little Dutch boy. He looks like Wesley in Princess Bride or something. RNN. Oh, we're going to get... This is great. Yeah, who needs to hear Shawn? That haircut's too horrible. There's Randy. Look at him. Fucking wet behind the ears, Randy. Unbelievable.
But don't worry. There was no further damage done to my shoulder on the long flight to New York City.
That's good to hear, Randy.
Sexy flight attendant Sherry hooked me up with that extra pillow.
God.
And please keep sending your emails too.
When Randy first came in, I thought he looked like Bart Gunn. I said, he looks like Bart Gunn.
I know that I'll be back.
Get well, Randy. Prayers to you. Everybody, I need some Randy praying now. Get to it. Look at this Hall of Fame talent. Jesus Christ. Cracker. RVD, Shawn, Triple H, Jericho, Booker, and Mayor Jacobs. Holy shit. The Elimination Chamber. What's the most ludicrous shit we can think of? The funny thing is those chains are actually not that bad. There's some give to them. I think it was probably easier to work in, and or at least take back bumps on the sides of it than like the blue bar cage is, or maybe even the mesh. It's that floor that sucks. And the pods. Yeah, to me, this was just too much. I was instantly turned off by it, even by the first announcement. I'm like, wait, what now? I'm like, nah. Don't invert a War Games, wrap it in a bunch of crazy, and then shoot it into outer space. That's, to me, what the Elimination Chamber was. But I got to turn the stupid song down before I get... All right. But, man, it's like, well, you see what it's become now. It's fucking maddening. Big-ass toy. Fucking Mattel shit. Sorry, I'm turning down saliva here because I just can't stomach it, and I don't want to get in trouble by the tubes of you. Very nice. More saliva. It's not something, that's not a sentence you hear every day. You're probably one of the few people to put those three words together in that order. Nice. More saliva. I agree with Toxic Banana about Triple H's facial hair. Triple H had a couple of looks there that was so weird. Man, he changed a lot in 2002, and I know he got hurt. But remember, right before this, he was kind of injured, right? And then he really lost his physique. He came back in early 2002, remember at Madison Square Garden? He was just jacked from all the rehab and the steroids that he was probably on for the rehab. And he just came back huge, just like Edge did, just like a lot of guys did after injuries. But then, after he won the title, through his feud with Shawn, he slowly started kind of losing his shit, and then he kind of got it back. Or no, maybe that was 2003 he started losing his shit. I forgot, but he just wasn't looking good physically. Maybe I think that was 2003. That was when Goldberg was there and he was wearing the long things and all that was going on. So he looked more rugged and better with facial hair. And here, just didn't like it. Flair is with him.
As you must defend your World Heavyweight Championship against 5 other challengers in the Elimination Chamber.
No, Coach. September, I was deemed to be the World Heavyweight Champion because I was the best, because I am the best. In the past 3 months, I have beaten everybody that was placed before me.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot this belt is kind of new, isn't it? He just got it.
No, it wasn't. You see, I'm the object of a lot of envy, Coach. So what it comes down to is tonight, inside of 10 tons of steel, Elimination Chamber, I will go up against 5 of the very best ever in this business.
It was cool to see Shawn when he came back. They gave us that Shawn RVD match like right away, because that was kind of a dream match for a lot of us in the 90s, especially when RVD was really kicking ass in ECW with the Jerry Lynn matches and stuff. And it was like a lot of, like what would happen, Shawn and RVD. I know what would happen in a real fight. I know who would win that. But in the ring,
But for right now, I've got a first-class ticket to hell. And I just want to know who's coming with me.
oh, shut up, Triple H. You can go to hell by yourself. I don't want to come with you. I'm cool right here at Casa de Greg. All right, here's Bischoff coming out to suck his own dick. Hey, look what I created, this big monstrosity for all you guys. All right, Bischoff is here.
I am back in Madison Square Garden and back making history once again.
Has he ever been in Madison Square Garden?
Inside of a match that can only
He came in what, June or May of 2002? Did they have a show here in MSG prior to then? Or between then and now?
2 miles of chain. Over 10 tons.
We don't need a demonstration.
Steel designed to punish the human body. And 6 Raw superstars willing to put themselves through hell for the ultimate prize, the World Heavyweight Championship.
Shawn was too small for that belt too. I thought it was so funny when he had it. I'm like, that word, like, because I always wondered, like, back in the day, if Shawn would have jumped to WCW and won the title. I was like, the belt is bigger than he is, but he was even a bit smaller here when he came back years later, and the belt didn't fit him. It was way too big on him. It's like a kid wearing a replica belt or something. Fucking Leon Ruff putting on the North American title. He's in a pod. Bischoff, come on, man. God, you're obnoxious. Does your wife actually fuck you? God.
The last 2 men you see enter the ring tonight, they're going to start the contest.
Oh, really? Thanks. You're gonna explain the rules to us too. Can Howard please do it?
2 ways. Either by pinfall, or if you can't stand the pain, and if you can't stand
If a non-wrestler is gonna speak on the mic in MSG, it need not be Eric Bischoff. It needs to be the Fink.
just one sole survivor.
JCS 186. Thank you for the $2. Get a load of this. Look to the left of the screen. Go down to December 12th. I think you'll like what you see. Coming up. Link will be up. I'm putting links to all this shit in the next day or two, like tonight, tomorrow. So links are going to start hitting the channel for December because I really want to get a lot of videos out in December. So I'm trying to prepare for that and all that. So, yeah, it's coming, man. Done deal. All right, here we go. Elimination Chamber time. All right, here we go. Oh, this is this song for Jericho. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like any of these songs that was on whatever the fucking album this is. But they tried to use a lot of these for some of the... Oh, it's Saliva does his too? Shit. It's kind of ironic that another band is doing Jericho's theme. I wish you could just come out to Judas and we could all sing together. It'd be much easier, WWE. Yeah, he's a full year removed just about now from his big title win. Yeah, this match needs a pay-per-view named after it. Exactly. It is kind of funny seeing the poster with Survivor Series and Elimination Chamber written on it. As much as I hate the Elimination Chamber, I would tolerate this ridiculous shit if they used it sporadically when needed for a crazy thing, not when it's on pay-per-view. Same thing with the Cell. The Cell, I also hate, but not as bad, and I used to love. And I think it's much better served just to have it when you need it instead of having a pay-per-view for it. WWE does everything so goddamn ass backwards. Jericho looked like he was rocking a tag belt going on there. I don't know who he's tag champs with. I forgot. Probably Christian or something. Okay, so these guys are playing his song at WWE New York or the World or whatever. And they're piping it into the live crowd? Is that what's happening? Doesn't matter. I remember, man. I think we're gonna be watching these boobies together, but I think Peacock's probably edited out some parts of Miss Kitty. But I remember I have the original recording on pay-per-view from the day we watched it, and we were in my living room, me and my friends, and it happened so fast. Like, she lifted her thing up, and I think it was Sergeant Slaughter, or somebody was there to put something over, and we just looked at each other like, did she just show her titties on TV? It was crazy. Fucking crazy. So, yeah, we're going to be watching that. What was the date on that again? The 12th, I think, or the 19th. 12th, I think, is the date on that. And look at the size of this door. Like, why does the door need to be like that? Fucking Godzilla is in this match. Yeah, JJ, I kind of agree. I have not hated using the chamber as a way to determine the next challenger. I haven't hated that either. And I guess I shouldn't hate that more. You know, I mean, part of me doesn't like that WWE has put themselves in a situation where you have to earn these WrestleMania title shots. Sometimes it's just a personal issue should lead to it. You know, so whenever WWE has two guys that have an issue, they just make one of those guys win the Rumble type of thing. You know, where back in the day, you know, when Hogan and Warrior had their little showdown, Tunney's like, that's going to be our main event. You know, so it's just kind of different. So now when you have two titles, you know, one challenger comes in the Rumble, you got to find the other one. And using the chamber would be fine with me if they were like consistent with it. But sometimes it's for a contendership, sometimes it's not. And if it became more of a consistent thing, then I'd be into it too. But I also think you could find another challenger without it, you know, go either way with me. I don't think I hated Kane's theme. This one was okay. I like Benoit's too. I liked RVD's. Shawn, I wore the worst possible tights I could find, so you guys would puke all over yourselves. I look like Wesley from The Princess Bride. Look at those tights, man. Just a sexy Greg. Sexy Greg. I'll break your freaking leg. Freaking leg. Kane always adjusting the elbow pad. You got to. That shit falls down, man. When you wrestle, knee pads, watch Ric Flair's matches. He'd have that shit around his ankles in every match. He can never keep that shit up. I wouldn't wrestle without those. I'd have elbow and knee pads on if I was a wrestler. My knees are so bad as it is anyway. I couldn't even imagine not having them. Like, who made this shit for him? Did they make it on the fly? Did he get it at a flea market? Did his daughter make it? Like, what the fuck? Or his son, I guess? Like, it looks like shit. What was he going for here? And he looked in great shape, but this outfit was not working for me. Neither was the hair. The most non-violent looking guy is going to win the most violent match. He looks like fucking Ishmael from Kingpin. All right, so it's RVD and who's kicking off? Everybody's out there except Triple H. So, Triple H has got to start. Sammy Guevara was only 9 years old when this match aired. Let me see. I was 25. I had a great 25th birthday this year. We called it Keggers with Gregors. and we made flyers and everything, and it was this huge deal, and it was kind of like a shared birthday with my girlfriend at the time, who would actually become my wife, now ex-wife, and another guy that I worked with who also had a birthday on the same day as me. We did like a three-way like big party, but they thought, for some reason, somebody thought keggers with Gregors looked funny and sounded funny, so they printed up these flyers, and we even told the neighbors like nearby the house we had, and like, we're gonna have a party, please don't call the cops on us. It was like fucking 100 people there. It was nuts. We had a great time. I got toe up. You were 8, 7, 3 kids, man. Children's. Thank you for that date, JR. September the 2nd, he says on that. 0-6 Triple H is at Survivor Series. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess so. Let me see if I can remember these. 95, he was on a losing team. 96, losing team. I don't even know what the fuck he did at 97. Hanging out backstage trying to stop Shawn from getting killed. 98, he didn't compete. He was out. 99, he lost. 2000, he lost. 2001, he lost. Yeah. No, 2001, he won there. I don't think he's 0-6. That doesn't sound right to me. Unless I misheard JR, which is possible. Oh, JCS, you are 16. All right, so you're getting up there. Yeah, if you're scratching the surface of the big 4-0, make a will. I'm kidding. 40's only the beginning, my friend. Yep, it's the very same arena where Triple H returned earlier in the year. Now he's going to get shit on by this crowd. Good point, AJ. Yeah, he was hurt in 01. So I thought Jim Ross said he was 0-6. So I was just trying to think. I was like, I know 95 was on a losing team, and 96 he was on a losing team. I don't recall what the fuck he did at 97. He might not have done anything the night of the screw job, and he didn't compete at 98. He lost the title at 99, and he lost to Austin in 2000. So that's only 4 losses according to my brain, but I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, 36 in January, right on. 36 is a good age. That's prime. It's the prime of your life right there, man. Not too old to do anything physically, but not too young to be an idiot. It's a perfect age to be. Oh, and then we got Grandpa in the house, Tatanani. 55 on January 12th. You got a decade on me, man. Well, that makes you feel good because I always feel old as shit. God, I couldn't imagine being 2 years old at this point. That's crazy. For real, y'all? JR counts not being on a show a loss. I think you're right. He should have just said he's winless at Survivor Series. You can have a match within a match. I forgot. What are the intervals here? Is it 5 minutes? Oh, he cracked the door open. Yeah, he threw him into the door and the latch came down, undone. Damn, 12 and 9. You know, some of y'all are a little old. If you were 9, you're in your late 20s now, Reese. I couldn't imagine being a kid at this time, though. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, viewing this from the eyes of a 9-year-old or a 12-year-old. Because I was 25. All the shit I viewed when I was 9 and 12 was Randy Savage, Ricky Steamboat, you know, Hogan's, you know, first and second run, Andre, Bundy, Flair, Magnum, you know, Harley, Shit like that. But watching this as a kid, like, did your parents let you watch this shit? I had already been living on my own for 7 years by this point and was just doing my thing on the other side of the country for my family. My family all lived here. I lived on the East Coast. But some of this content was pretty gnarly. Your parents are letting you watch this? Your parents are all deviants like y'all are? I'm a deviant too. It's fine. Don't be embarrassed. Big, good scoop slam in the plant by RVD. Simplest move in wrestling, but that looked exceptionally good. RVD is going to attempt to... Oh, this might be where Triple H gets hurt. Oh, Jericho. Oh, you motherfucker. He's got his leg in there? That's got to be uncomfortable. Triple H is already busted open. If I remember right, Triple H takes some sort of shot to the throat, right? That makes me think since Rob Van Dam is up there, we might be happening soon. I question that now in hindsight. Like, why was I watching Edge and Lita have sex? When I was a kid, it was more... I wasn't seeing anything too crazy. The most violent shit I was seeing was, like, Damien getting killed by Earthquake or something. You know, like, it wasn't... Or Savage getting his arm gnawed on. But by that point, I was 14, you know? 15, something like that. I forgot I had that candle behind me. I totally forgot that was there. I was trying to create an ambiance. I'm a candophile. Like, I always have candles, like especially in the winter and fall months. I love buying the expensive scented candles and just lighting them. All right. This is it. We're finally getting an entrant here. These guys have been working this whole time. Oh, yeah, they got to do the big countdown. Oh, they're playing music too? At least it was quick. Here comes Jericho. Jericho and RVD didn't completely get along at all times either. Because they were really jockeying for the same spot. You know, they were the same spot on the card. Solid IC title holders, you know, occasional title shots. Jericho got to the world title first. And Jericho was probably better at the political end of things than Rob was, but I don't think Jericho was any better in the ring than Rob was. I think they were equal, or Rob was slightly better. Rob was more athletic than Jericho. More smooth. More agile. But I will say this. I don't know who would win a real-life fight between the two of them. Oh, that's awesome. I mean, it would really be an interesting battle if they got into a shoot in the locker room. Because Jericho's tough. RVD's tough. Your mom would always walk in during the bra and panties matches and she would send you to bed. Well, that probably wasn't too bad for you. You could probably have a little social agenda in that bed, if you know what I'm saying. Once you got sent there. RVD, that must be Triple H's blood on his arm there. That is true. If you think about, good point, Ben. These guys main evented Mania together. Here they are kind of double teaming RVD together. They had quite the rivalry. Who ran over? Didn't a dog die in this thing? Whose dog got ran over? Did Chris Jericho run over Triple H's dog or something? I'd still be pissed about that. And I wouldn't have forgotten or forgiven. Crash, it might be a legit tie. Like, it's one thing, like, I always like to think who would, like, win in backstage fights and stuff. And those two guys, I really think, are both pretty tough. And both won't take any shit from anybody. And I'm not surprised that they had words once or twice, you know. But they always work together. I've got a great indie match of theirs in my collection that's fun as shit before either one of them were in WWE. But they're very similar, and they're going to be competing for the same spot on rosters because the level they are, style they work, how well known their names are, you know. But RVD just stayed away from politics. Jericho was better at it. I think if RVD politicked the way Jericho did, I think RVD could have been a bigger star than Jericho. But Jericho was better on the mic. That's one thing Jericho did have over RVD. Much better on the mic. You were at the Raw where he ran over Triple H's dog. So sad. Was it like a bulldog, right? Little bulldog, little cute bulldog. Motherfucker. I would not be working side by side with a dude. Like, I would take that to my grave. I don't care how long it would take. I would exact my revenge on anybody that purposely murdered my dog. Another good one would be, I don't know, man, Crash. A good one would be Benoit and Angle. Angle trumps everybody. I don't think anybody who's not professionally trained to grapple or fight could not beat Kurt Angle. I mean, think about Daniel Puder. I mean, he was an MMA guy. He was able to best Angle, but I think Angle would stretch anybody, with the exception of maybe Brock. Although they did have a exhibition shoot in the locker room that, according to the witnesses, Angle won. But I don't think there would be any wrestler that could beat Kurt Angle in a fight. Or at least prime Angle. And that includes Jericho and RVD. Oh, who is it? Booker! I think I can see Bruce back there. You see his face? There he is. There's Brother Love walked right across the entranceway there. It's cool you mentioned 06 JCS. It was between that one and this one, which one to do a watch-along for. A lot of people asked me to do 06 because of that great Survivor Series match. I think that's the one with like DX and CM Punk and everything. But when I looked at both the cards, I chose this one. I was like, yeah, they got that Big Show stuff and the Elimination Chamber and Steiner and MSG. It's got to be this one. Yeah, Divine, it wasn't much of a fight, a little just a scuffle. And Jericho, I think, got the better of him just because Jericho just wrestled him to the ground. You can be loud and scream and yell and beat your head on the wall and snort and spit all you want. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get taken down. And Goldberg charged him, and Jericho just did what he knew. It's what you have to do to a guy that's that big, you know? Because otherwise you're going to get fucking murdered. Yeah, I didn't like much of what I saw on the card. I don't remember now when I looked at this days and days ago. Whatever the situation was, it wasn't a hard decision to make. I'm like, oh yeah, 2002 by a mile. But I did think about 06. I just wasn't a fan of resurrected DX. And I can understand why a lot of you were based on all the ages you're giving me here in the chat. But for me, it was like nothing could beat those days. I was in the audience for original DX shows. You know, I saw all that stuff. I lived it. And that version, aside from handing Vince fucking Cox every chance they got, I did not care much about. So we still got Kane to enter this thing. Oh, and Shawn, excuse me. Has Triple H got hit with a thing yet, or is this it? This might be it right here. This has got to be where Triple H gets hurt. God, he is way up there. Oh, God, he did hit him, didn't he? Man, Rob Van Dam used to get a lot of the same heat that Nia Jax gets. Fans used to be like, he's dangerous in the ring and shit. He did. He was reckless in there a little bit. And he had a little bit of that reputation. Send him back to NXT. That's what they'd be saying now. All these little fucking twerp experts that we have. Send him to NXT. I know. I've been watching wrestling for 9 years. Oof. So Triple H, Earl was kind of checking on him there. So I guess the story is that he's got legit throat issues here, but he's going to finish this. Oh, RVD's out. Nice. Well, Rob Van Dam, it was nice knowing you. In honor of you, we're just going to put him on the screen a little bit so you guys can all say goodbye to him together. While I enjoy some Alaskan Thunderfuck. Rob is likable. I've always appreciated his attitude. You watch him in shoot interviews when he tells stories about being in WWE. He just didn't take any fucking shit. And he didn't care enough to politic and compete. I liked how he said, he goes, I just go sit in my car and chill out. I swear that would be the way I was. I just wouldn't be able to stand the phony cattiness of everything that probably goes on. I was always like that in my regular jobs too in life. Like I excelled and got promoted in every job I ever had. And I always refused to, because I've worked with people that would follow the boss around and, and kiss their asses and, oh, yes, sir, anything you want, sir. I just let my work do the talking. I didn't want to compete. It wasn't a pissing, because so many in restaurants, a lot of like waiters and servers, especially at like nicer places like I've always worked, it becomes a pissing contest. And you have people like touting their experience and their accomplishments. And I'm just like, I'm not even getting involved in this. I'm just going to do my thing. And I always got promoted over all of them, no matter, they would politic the fuck out of everything. But, I did my talking with my work. And I think RVD was a lot like that in wrestling too. Like whenever somebody would try to brag about how good they are, I would just shut my mouth and quietly run circles around them. I'm like, you ain't so bad, are you? Yeah, right after Triple H was laid up in the hospital. I mean, he either crushed his throat, bruised his throat, something like that. He might have had the legit injury that WWE was kayfabe and Steamboat to have in '87 when Savage bashed the bell down his gullet there. Oh, for real? Yeah, you have to wonder that. Like, so Barry says Chris said in his book that Shawn was supposed to come out, not Kane. Oh, wow, and Jericho went through the plexi. So does that mean that they got in the wrong pod? Like, do they already have it set up for the lights to be pre-rigged to land on that pod, so it was up to the wrestlers to get in the correct corresponding pod? Or did the technical team fuck up and not shine the light on the right one? It could be talent or production. I'm curious who is at fault. Yeah, well, Darby's right. See, I wouldn't be an outcast though. See, me, I wouldn't want to create the illusion that I'm too good for the locker room or I don't want to be around them, because you don't want to do that either. There's a balance, and I know that from camaraderie and morale from my own places I've worked with, working with lots of people and stuff. There is a balance there. You got to let people know that you're one of the boys, but you can do that without partaking in the bullshit too. So it's not like I wouldn't socialize with these people at work and stuff. It's just when it came to bragging, and, I've done this and that. I've been doing this for this many years or whatever. And I'm just shutting up, not going to get into that. I'm not going to compare achievements. You'll see how good I am out on the floor, you know? Big lion salt. Jericho hit that nice, too. And Booker is out. So Darby's got the right approach there. Don't get involved in the drama and politics, but, you know, you are a wrestler, you know, and you got to be there. You can't sit there and be there and pretend you're not one. That's when you start getting into the Hogans and the Warrior private dressing room stuff and all that. Jericho's busted open bad, too. Jesus. Kane's got it the easiest. I got padding on my face. Usually a guy my size doesn't have to take any crazy bumps anyway, so Kane's probably going to be taking the least amount of damage here unless something horrible happens to him here. Jericho back in. Y'all notice that just Pete, that patchwork they have on the ring, that tape? I wonder if that happened in the women's match or the ladder match with tables, or could have been in that three-way opener with those tables, the way some of those tables were exploding in the ring. Or Trish and Victoria might have done it. Oh, really? So I did not know that story. So Kane's pod was opened early. So he was supposed to be like, yeah, it does seem like Kane would be the most likely to be last, but yeah, Triple H has not done a ton, correct, during this whole time? He's been kind of recuperating, making sure he ain't dead. And don't forget, this isn't the first time Triple H has done this. He would get injured in another match involving Chris Jericho year before this, when he blew out his quad and still finished the shit. Triple H is tough. I always had Triple H's back. Just like Cena. It's like with Cena, I acknowledged the problems, but I wasn't stupid enough to think that he's a cancer in ruining wrestling. Same with Triple H. I acknowledged the reign of terror. I was like, okay, this dude's winning a lot. I might not have had him beat Goldberg that time, but at the same time, he's still a good wrestler, presents himself as a good champion, student of the game, tough, and does what needs to be done, you know? So for that, from that aspect and perspective, I always respected Triple H. But wrestling is all or nothing, you know, with a lot of fans' opinions. You can't say, this is not my favorite thing about the guy, but I still like him. Nobody says that. Nobody. I'm like the only one. It's either he's great or he sucks. That's it. There's no in between with these people. Jericho and Shawn was a kind of a cool exchange. That had never happened before until right then. That's the first exchange ever in history between Jericho and Shawn. That's kind of cool. And they would work Mania together. Tell us how smart, Jerry Lawler. Ooh, Shawn could still do that bump. Kind of cool to see Shawn and Kane. They hadn't really had any run-ins either. A brief one in 98. Like super brief. Right before he got hurt, I remember. And of course, Kane debuted in Shawn's match. Which is kind of interesting. Shawn took a choke slam from Kane for probably the first time ever. Why is there BK on Shawn's tights? Is that what it kind of looks like? It says BK. He's the break kid. The brown kid. Heart brown kid. That's what we should call him. Who's it gonna be? Oh, he tore his other quad in 07 and finished that match as well. See, Triple H is a stud. He's never going to go out there and puss out. Ooh, big super kick to Kane. I think that's why Vince liked him a lot. You know, he was a man's man. He wasn't Rock or Austin, but probably the closest thing to maybe a modern-day Flair we had, you know, in terms of how he was presented and shit. Big lion salt. Kane's done with the lion salt. Final three, Triple H, Shawn, and Jericho. Wow. Oh. Do a Kane or Rooney. I don't think the Elimination Chamber is the right place for a Kane or Rooney. Getting a lot of notifications, by the way. My new computer update tells me when I have emails now for some reason. I don't know why. In the corner. And since I put that Twitter post about that Q&A coming up on the 30th, I haven't even officially announced this on a video yet. I've gotten a shitload of emails already. So thank you for those of you who sent emails to goodmikework@gmail.com asking questions for the December 30th Q&A. Send them over there if you want to get involved in that. What do you think was Triple H's last 5-star match? Toxic Banana, I'm not sure if he really had one. I don't know how you really rate matches. It's just an opinion. But I have favorite Triple H matches, and I'd probably say my favorite was Cactus at the Rumble in 2000. I just thought that was a wonderful match, and it was the night that I officially became a Triple H believer. I wasn't quite there yet. I liked him. Appreciated the evolution of the Blue Blood to DX to now the Cerebral Assassin, but in a world with Rock and Austin in it, I didn't know if he could be that level. But then that match, I was like, yep, he's going to be just fine. Dude's money, and that was such a good match, and he'll go on to be a great heel. Right there in that very building. Ken Maynard, Triple H, and Bryan at Mania, yeah. I guess maybe when you include just the fan enthusiasm for that match. I don't recall much about the in-ring encounter, though. I just remember it was Bryan against the world that day. I liked the triple threat at 20. But again, 5-star, I don't know. Fun match, awesome match, but... I mean, to me, there's just been very few perfect matches. Like Shawn and Taker at Mania 25 is like a perfect match. I thought Owen and Brett at Mania 10 was like a perfect match. Even Shawn and Razor was a perfect ladder match. Everything was just done perfectly that night. Shawn is busted open bad. They're all bleeding. All three of these guys got blood everywhere. Fucking hepatitis party. Oh, yeah, Shawn is wearing cowboy boots. What is going on? I'm glad he would kind of get away from this. He would start wearing his old shit. I think he dug out his old shit because I recognize a lot of the gear he would wear right after this, like at Armageddon and all that. I was like, oh, that's the shit. It's not remade shit. I think it's the actual stuff he wore. Even the gear he wore, I think at WrestleMania 19, he's wore before, I think. Oof. I think that's how crazy my memory is. I want to say Shawn's WrestleMania 19 trunks and International Incident in Your House trunks are the same. I'm not totally sure, though. But my mind tells me it is. God, they're bleeding so bad. My God. I fit in better than you. At least I'm wearing cowboy boots. Oh, yeah, you blend. Anybody know that movie? I didn't realize Shawn was wearing cowboy boots till you just said that. Lion Salt to Shawn. I didn't realize Shawn and Jericho got it on this hard in this match. Yeah, his tights were half done. They definitely didn't look completed. Oh, interesting point. I didn't even think about that, Divine Ricks. These guys were all involved at 19. Triple H and Booker would work for the world title. Shawn and Jericho would have that kick-ass match, and Kane and RVD were on the same team. That's cool. Shawn has still got that patch from where Brett pulled his hair out. You could still see it. Oh, okay. I didn't even know they wrestled on the pre-show. Walls of Jericho. Is Jericho going to tap to this, to his own move? No way. Triple H is coming. Oh, man. Imagine if your throat is whatever Triple H has got wrong with his throat, and he's dropping DDTs in there. It's got hard enough to breathe as it is. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Shawn's hair got pretty thin near the end. If I grew mine out, mine would have looked much the same way. Hey, Chris Maycock, what's going on? Jericho kicks out. This is a longer final three than I thought. I didn't realize how long Triple H had wrestled after he got injured by RVD here. I mean, this has been many minutes ago. You can see the fatigue on his face. He's like, is this shit over with yet? Oh. Be a pedigree. I feel like Shawn's going to super kick Triple H's face or somebody's face. Maybe Jericho's. He's going to super kick him when he's got him in the walls. Have the super kick sandwich. Enjoy, Jericho. Shawn, where are you? I feel a super kick coming. Oh, I thought for sure Shawn would kick him. He's trying. Shawn's still in the corner. I thought for sure he would have came in for a super kick by now. There it is. Boom, right to the... Damn, he caught him in the throat, too. Jericho's done. Definitely, that's the end of Jericho. And Shawn and Triple H. I remember at the time, another reason I didn't totally love this match was because of the angle they did at the end of SummerSlam when Triple H did the deal. And I'm like, well, you would either, number one, do a Shawn and Triple H one-on-one here, or these are going to be the last two guys in the ring. So to me, they went through a lot of fucking shit here for it to give us the two guys we thought we would get to begin with. Like, this is what we expected. Revenge. Because when Triple H lost before, he had nothing to lose. Now he's got a championship. He paralyzed his friend. Of course you're going to lose a title. You can't just paralyze somebody and then live to tell about it. Drew Brees has his full head of hair. I wonder what he uses. You want me to ask him for you? Actually, Drew Brees lives in the neighborhood in my restaurant. I met him a bunch of times. He comes in regularly to pick up to-go food. He's awesome. Everybody loves Drew. I'll ask him for you, and I'll text you. Oh. Shawn's cowboy boots took the brunt of that bump, though. Shawn's like, I'm about to win the world title in the ugliest gear, but that's okay. I mean, those chains don't give as much as I thought they did. I didn't think taking bumps on them would be that bad. But they're pretty tight. God, oof. Oh, slingshot through the plexi. So dramatic. I'm glad that's not real glass. Was this the last great Survivor Series? I don't know. That's a question for the chat. I don't think 2003 was horrible. But I don't have many great memories of Survivor Series past this time period. That's why none of these watch-alongs really go past 2002 or 3 or whatever, because everything after that is, you know. Oh, that last man standing match at the Rumble was good. Actually, I got a video on this shit. Here you go, Raymond. I've got this review from a couple years ago talking about every Shawn Michaels and Triple H match. It was a Patreon review I did a couple years ago, and we talked about all of them, and it was fun. It was a fun video to do, and it was fun for me to actually look at it. Yeah, it's December 9th, 2018. I did it. Oh, about coming up on the anniversary. Almost 10,000 views, 300 likes. 10 dislikes. Not bad. People must have liked that episode, so check it out. Props to Triple H. Look, I'm still fighting. Triple H had really outgrown Shawn by this point. I mean, look how big he is compared to Shawn. And think about to their 97 DX days. He was still bigger than Shawn, but not by this much. Oh, these guys are bleeding like crazy. God, Triple H looks like he's a mess too. My God. You can't slingshot him. There's no room, man. Shawn, you're going to hit your head. Oh, just barely. Oh, that did not look good. See, slingshots are kind of dumb. So if you're going to do them right, because they're already kind of a ludicrous move to begin with. The one who got slammed through the plexi earlier by the slingshot, that was good. I think we saw another really good slingshot in one of the earlier matches too, but man, you got to make them look good. And it doesn't look good when big guys do it. Yeah, so many years are going by now. If somebody mentions something in a chat, most of the time I'm like, oh, I got a video on that. Oh, he's going way up. See, there's no ceiling on this thing. It's like the first cell. Shawn couldn't really do his elbow off the cell either in 97 due to the low ceiling. Looked okay. Not great. But Triple H is hurt, so... Oh, we got to be wrapping up business probably here in the next 2 or 3 minutes. 5 minutes left in the show. 4 minutes left in the show. Oh, yeah, by the way, Survivor Series 2003, I did a review on that too. That's on the channel. You can look it up. I've actually been meaning to go through the channel and start reorganizing some playlists and getting some shit organized a little bit. A lot of things on my agenda before the end of the year. That's why I re-released that Survivor Series 02 or 01 review. It's like I got a lot of good old shit that people probably don't even know is there. I could polish it up and just put it back out for people to see. We got a big pedigree on Shawn there. But Triple H, as soon as he hit it, he bounced way off. Barry's right. Yeah, imagine Triple H taking that elbow drop. That's probably why he turned like that after what RVD did to him. Shawn kicks out. Oh, now you love him, MSG. Okay, well, 96, 6 years ago, you guys were shitting on him at this very show. Now he's your friend. Fickle ass MSG. Same thing with Triple H. He's your best friend in January. You hate him in November. I don't know. Big backdrop. And there's the sweet chin music. That's it. Ball game. Look at MSG explode. Look at that crowd. That's what I miss. They're so happy. I think, for me, my elation, this told me that Shawn's not going anywhere, And I was like, he might fucking be back because up until this point, I was still like not sure if these were just one-offs, 6-month farewell run. I didn't know. Nobody knew. So this was like, oh shit, he might be sticking around. If they belted him, Belt didn't look right on him though. To me, Shawn's a winged eagle guy. And I think it's also important to note that what we're watching right here was the last world championship that Shawn Michaels ever owned. And he won it in his second match back, which means he wrestled, 8 years? 8 years, right? And I always said before in previous episodes, anytime we ever talked about Shawn, that I always felt like this run that he was about to start here until he retire at WrestleMania 26 was like his make good run. His I'm sorry for being a douche. I want to come and just have good matches and, try to help the future. I'm not concerned with winning titles and stuff. They never put the belt on him. The only time he had a chance was against like John Cena, and that was because he was a replacement, and he fell short in other times against Jericho and guys like that. It's just he never won again, and I'm really surprised they never put the belt back on him. Like around like 07 or 08 or anything like that, or after he was feuding with Hogan in 05. All those opportunities they had, but he didn't need it. He's pretty much the epitome of what it means that you don't need the championship. He's Shawn Michaels. And there he is with the big gold, celebrating as the pay-per-view goes off the air. Well, that was awesome. Survivor Series 02, I'm glad I picked that one because that was like super fun. So I knew that would be a good one. I'm really excited for January too because I think Royal Rumbles are going to be really fun to watch because I don't remember shit. So, unless it's a Royal Rumble that I've seen many times, if we watch 92 or something. But for the most part, I'm not going to know who's coming out. So that's going to be a lot of fun when we get to Royal Rumbles and stuff. But I haven't watched this show in a long time. Looking back on it, this was definitely everything that I remember. I absolutely loved that Trish and Victoria match. I thought the opener was crazy fun, and I just never really realized how good of a worker Rosie was before. The tag match, the triple threat, 3-way tag thing was, 6 Hall of Famers in there. And Steiner coming in was pretty memorable for the crowd. Shawn in his shit brown tights winning the title, and rare, good moment for Shawn and MSG winning a title that he never had before and would only hold for a month. And winning his last championship ever, or world championship, I should say. in the company. Really significant show this was at Survivor Series. And, of course, we had Heyman inexplicably turning on Brock Lesnar and going with the weaker star in the Big Show. Not Paul Heyman's best decision, but you know why they did it. It was time to set up Brock and Angle at WrestleMania, and WWE wanted Brock baby, and that's what you have to do, get him away from the heel manager. So next month is going to be fun. We've got Vengeance coming up on December 9th. We've got our Vengeance 2001 coming up on September 9th, December 9th, which is the actual 20-year anniversary of the show. December 12th, actual 22-year anniversary of Armageddon 99. On the 19th, we've got Starrcade 1998 we're going to watch together. And then on the 26th, the day after Christmas, Starrcade 1993, Ric Flair versus Vader. We've got lots of AEW watch-alongs coming. We've got a War Games live reaction this week. We're going to have Winter is Coming review. We got a Q&A at the end of the year on the 30th. We got all sorts of really awesome shit coming your way. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if you'd see another little episode stuck in there somewhere. And I might even be up here to review Raw one week if WWE decides not to spoon feed us a bunch of shit to watch for 3 hours. So if we can get a decent one and they stack up some decent matches, we'll be here on a Monday as well. But pretty much here is what you're looking at for the month of December. You know, there's only 30 days and 31 days in the month, and I think I've got 14 videos scheduled. So roughly every other day, you're going to see me here on the channel doing stuff for the holidays. So it should be a blast. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out today. Smash the thumbs up button on the way out the door if you have not yet already. And the next video that I have planned is going to be Wednesday night for Dynamite. I got a lot of work to do in the next couple of days to get ready for December. So I'm not going to be here reviewing Raw tomorrow. Got too much better shit to do. And we'll be back on Wednesday for the watch along. And it's pretty much going to be balls to the wall starting on Wednesday. So buckle up. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving holiday and all that good stuff. And we got more holidays coming up.